Hey my friends, this is a follow-up video to the one I did yesterday where I said Kevin needs help, and you all stepped up to the plate in unbelievable ways, which I'm incredibly grateful for. I'm going to give a shout out to my good friend Jessica, Jane, Jean, Janet, Vicky and Kim, who all offered up something of unbelievable value. Jean and Janet, my angel friends, interpreted the cards and the message in such a way that it landed right here. And I'll share this with you. Many of us who are learning to navigate a spiritual experience in a physical world, meaning we're spiritual beings having a physical experience, sometimes the physical world, in my case it was bills, cash, money, inflow, outflow, it's like a lightning bolt that hits the spiritual. And the human experience is we've been taught that something's wrong, this is not right, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, on and on it goes. That generates a fear, and that had generated this fear for me. It had generated this fear that I have been dealing with for a long time, and I'm sharing it because I think it helps other people to realize when we step into this spiritual light, we do these spiritual readings. I've heard other psychics and mediums to say they ask the cards, they ask spirit. The misstep is, do you take that on and do you understand it, or do you, which partly was me. Mentally, I was saying, this is fear, and if I'm not careful, the fear is going to manifest itself. And it did. It most certainly did. So the message really was, this is your fears being shown up to you, and we're helping you understand you're more than this, you're greater than this, you're bigger than this, step over it, move on. So that was a part of admitting, this is my fear. And within hours, whatever I feared had happened, then turned itself around. And the reality was, through your help, thank you, so grateful, it turned itself around. Later on in the day, interestingly enough, in the mail, I get a note from my mortgage company that there was an escrow discrepancy to the tune of nearly $700. So I sat with that and basically said, okay, Spirit, you're not done with this mess yet. Basically what has happened is the tax value went up and the hazard insurance went up, and therefore my bank has to pay this out of the mortgage funds. Okay. Then I got quickly, whatever is being presented will be taken care of, and you should stop worrying. But again, it was one of these acts of faith, buying into the faith that we have to turn to the cards. So I got an interpretation for these three. Thank you, Janet and Jean, really, to see it as a triangle. Basically like faith, hope and charity. And if I turned Haniel, Gabriel and Raphael into faith, hope and charity, I got what I needed to meditate on, and to realize Spirit is always working for our highest good, not against us. These epiphanies will come. These ideas will come. The timing is off. Therefore, Metatron sits outside with his chariot saying, I got the engines revving and we're moving forward. I didn't get the concept of turning to the cards for answers. Now I do, for sure, because you can't make it up. It is really true. This morning I'm shuffling. Energy has changed. I'm feeling better about things. Thank you all. I get the 8 of Gabriel. And the 8 of Gabriel is basically saying things moving really, really quickly. Things going almost topsy-turvy. Gabriel is like the suit of wands, making great announcement, and governs creativity, which along with Paul the Venetian this week is all about getting creative and finding creative ways. So I will spend the weekend working on ways to serve universe, serve spirit in ways that serve me. What's the lesson I learned? Is have faith. The other lesson I learned is fear is only fear if you sit in the seat of it. And whenever I find myself or other people in the yucky mucky, pull them out of the yucky mucky. Interestingly enough, I've got to go have a little chat with the bank. It's so interesting how all this happens. I made some deposit yesterday, went off to the bank, sat with the bank teller. He helped me move it into the machine. We did all what we had to do. We got 2 checks. We looked at he said, print out the receipt with the images. I did. Last night, midnight, the machine obviously auto reconciled and took a certain amount back out again, saying that the amount in the deposit was incorrect. It wasn't incorrect. It was correct. So once again, there is all kinds of mischief and mayhem out there, which is what the aid of Gabriel is saying. Things coming at us at a rate of knots that we're not able to hold on to. My good friend Vicky reminded me yesterday that we are going to be sought after for our knowledge. How are we manifesting all this? How do we do this? So those of you that are sitting on the edge of stepping forward into spiritual love and spiritual light, get on out there, because its time is coming. We've all got these stories to share. My story in sharing this was, I'm really good at just giving without worrying. I'm not that great at receiving. So receiving abundance is linked to the gratitude of my heart. And my heart is overflowing with love, gratitude, and compassion for all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for letting me be honest and truthful with what's going on. More later. Bye for now.